I don't do hugs. Alright, let's see. It's no. Oh god, why? What is happening? Alright, so I think we can get rid of this X scalar and Y scalar crap. It's just width and height scalar, and that should be good enough. Is there an X scalar? Yeah, we could just get rid of that garbage. So this might actually fix our numbers here. So why don't we let's see if it does so. And we should be able to do this with our actual bitey thing instead of this old placeholder piece of garbage bitey. So let's see how we do. I'm also going to change this script so I can only export one frame. Manifest man nods that barely recognizable as a hug or all of a sudden those fly everyone. Alright. That's preferable. Because I'm an insecure middle school boy and I get weird about expressing my feelings. So where the fuck were we? I was going to change this to exporting only a single frame. Where is that export? It's somewhere around here. I can keep scrolling really quick just to make Twitch like all fucked up. Fuck yeah, I got my afro. Take what you can get. Alright, so if in frame there, so we're just gonna do like so if G render one frame, in frame equals 1. So this should drastically reduce our iteration times with some of this stuff. You can't take that away. Alright, cool. 369 has an error on it. Alright, let's go fix the error. 369 is... Oh, it's because I started using Fs for everything. Because that's what you do in a lot of languages. So this should only export one frame. Couldn't find variable height scalar. Oh, that's because it's not actually called scalar with an ER, and I bet I misspelled it. Yeah, there it is. It's an AR. Oh, you're out of here, Ross? Well, thanks for sticking by. Have a good one. Alright, so we exported one frame. So let's go through and take a look at it real quick. Or even better than that, let's just import our single friggin' frame. Alright. Let's see, this is going to be on Bitey with the breathing animation. And it's all sorts of screwed up. Well, let's see what we've actually got here. Alright, so the X for the body rect is at negative 147. And the width is 160. The width scalar is 160 and the height is... Alright, the width scalar is 160, the height scalar is 213. Is it 160 or like... So 160 I think is wrong. Like, is it supposed to be 160 divided by 2? It's supposed to be 80? I think it should be 1024 divided by 9. Should be 113. So scene resolution X divided by so that's going to be 2048 divided by 24 times the X mod. The X mod should be times 1.3 or it should be 2048 divided by 24 times, or not times, it's going to be divided by, no, it's times divided by 1.3. So if it was 65, and our cosmological constant is 2.5. Now it'd be 164. No, we do need the X scalar stuff, I believe. Alright, var runner on frame jar. Where are we? So the cosmological constant is supposed to be built into just the width scalar, and that's the scale stuff. Do we need this scale stuff built in? So if we change the scene's units for this to be 4x4, Bitey doesn't get any fatter. He just moves. So the scale of this object is not going to change based on the units on the screen. Yeah, he's not getting any fatter or skinnier. He's just getting moved by those units. So we actually want this to do nothing for a lot of it. And this is the scene resolution x divided by units x multiplied by the x mod. X scalar is 64, Y scalar is 85.3. So that's not what it should be. I mean, is it? Let's calculate it. It should be 2048 divided by 24. Divided by 1.3. It should be the opposite of this. because it's actually, yeah, it should just be, I was inverting these numbers. Because it needs to be a larger number because it needs to move more because there are fewer units. X scalar is 113.7. Y scalar is 85. So we look at this. This X should be 104. So if we do the math for this, this is going to be negative 104.6. So it's going to be 1024 minus 104.6, which is going to be 919.4. And the Y is 1024 plus 989.86. So it should be at 2013.86. And then the width, so it'll be 919.4 plus 213.3. And the other one's going to be 981.3 or 2013.86 minus this. Number 9.4 plus 213.3 is 1132.7, and this is 2013.86 plus 981.3, which is, I did it wrong, 2013.86 minus 981.3, 1032.56. Wish I could use my mind to switch monitors or something. Alright, so we should be plotting these points here. .4, 919, and then 213. And then this is 1132 and 1032. 1032 and 1132. Well, that looks like the correct box. And not because of bullshit numbers, but because of actual things that we want. Okay, great. Let's export the whole thing and make sure we can import with that. What a ridiculous mess this whole thing is, isn't it? So let's go import this bad boy and see if it actually imports what we want it to import, or if it just like craps all over itself and doesn't do anything. Alright, well that looks like the correct bounding box now, doesn't it? Oh man. That's one of those where you're like, how did it ever work to begin with? And it's like, well, it worked because we had tiny X's and we couldn't tell what the hell was going on with it. These freaking Asperger's animations. Okay, so we got that export correct. What we need to do is close this old version. What we're actually going to do is we're going to work with fatsack instead of bitey. That's what we're going to do. So I'm actually going to close Unreal and not save any of these things. And what we're going to do is we're going to pop over to Perforce and we're going to go to our content characters directory because we don't want any of that crap. And we're going to, for bitey's breathe animation, actually just for all of bitey, we're just going to do a force get on it. And that'll just like delete everything that we have and replace it with what is in version control. So that's one of the nice things about having version control is I could like work with all that crap and just completely mess it up and break it, and then I can just revert the whole damn thing, and it never happened. It'd be like messing up your room, trying to figure something out, and then being like, alright, good, I figured it out, and then you just like blow up the room and move somewhere else. So that's what we just did. And we did the same thing for fatsack there. Alright. Wait, you can't do that in real life? I'm saying it might be expensive. Abhorrently so. So let's pop Unreal back open. What is that over there? So let's close Bitey, and we're just going to work inside a fat sack. We should probably also pick something that's shorter in terms of frames. Something real short would be best. Like Dig. Dig's only like 12 frames or something. That'll be easier to iterate on. And I'm going to take a quick bio break and be back. Yeah, it's pretty funny on Facebook. One of the people I'm friends with is trying to figure out what kind of mower they should buy for their house. And they're going, it's pretty funny. Everybody's like posting like, oh, you should get like this, you know, an electric mower, or you should get a lawnmower that you can push or something. And it's like, oh yeah, it's a great idea. And it's like, I did the same shit like a year and a half ago. And I very quickly discovered that I'm a lazy bastard. And for any of those green alternatives to work, you have to, you know, not have just like a ridiculous lawn that you have to actually mow it every week, or, you know, whatever. And I just broke down like 2 weeks ago or whatever the hell and bought a gas mower because I was like, I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of the mower not working properly. I'm sick of, you know, crap, you know, like plugs coming unplugged and all that stuff. Just like, screw it. Just fill this thing with gallons of gas and just beat the hell out of the yard. I don't give a shit. Like, I want a spinning blade at a lot of RPMs with power behind it because I don't want to spend 2 million years mowing the fucking lawn. You get to that point really damn quick. Or at least I did. Alright, so now that we've got our base case working properly, let's just make sure that our sdig here, we can actually export you. Well, the reason I was using the air was because of the not to fuck up Adam's already existing animations. with the cool normals. Alright, well, we'll do that then. We'll try not to fuck up his cool normals. What kind of grass do you have? Just the normal kind that grows. What got pissed? sdig-game is not valid animation data. That's because there is no sdig. I imported the wrong dang character. I'm on autopilot. Alright, well, it looks like his air rising animation has the proper stuff in it. Cool. Oh man. I like how we can actually fly around in this, and you can see all of it. I should tell Adam about that. And you can actually just like switch to perspective mode and fly around inside the editor. I mean, don't tell Adam that. Never tell Adam anything. Alright, so the air rising animation is there. So we need to go to Harmony and we need to move the master camera peg to -10 and export from there. What was it? The camera position is at -10, the projection is that, translation fix is -10. So let's see where it imports. Well, it looked like he actually imported properly. Like that is the air rising animation correctly being imported with the translation. As far as I can tell, that looks absolutely correct. Let's take that S idle and change it to the S air 1. Definitely looking correct down there. So we got the translation. Let's do a translation in the y-axis. Yeah, like a -5. And it should still work. It should basically look exactly the same. What the fuck? Yeah, Fat Sack was deciding that he wanted to fly away. That's why we put him in a box when we're on solid ground. That guy's a jerk. So it looks like our translations are definitely working properly, which is excellent. That is exactly what we need. Alright, so now that we have translations working properly, let's get the scale working properly. So what this should do is basically he should be smaller. But his collision should be correct. He definitely looks smaller, and his collision does look correct. And he's now much larger, and his collision is still correct. Pivots are still correct. Everything is looking right. Now, is Adam online at all? No, it doesn't look like it. Because what I'd like to do is re-export the other things. at the exact camera that he used to export the things that he painted up all pretty like, because then I can do like a re-import on part of it, but I'm not going to worry about that. Let's just let's do a larger test. Let's actually do like one of these. See if it still looks proper. So he looks a lot bigger now, and the collision's all correct, pivots are all correct. Okay, so the math worked. It was just pulling teeth to get here. So let's check that in. Fixed export process. Now supports camera pegs. And I think I'm going to take a break for a while. I've been going for almost 7 hours, and I haven't really taken a major break other than just like munching on a burrito while thinking about math, which really wasn't much of a break at all. So I think I'm going to take a bit so I don't just turn into sludge. And I may be back later. Probably a couple hours at least, though. So, thanks for hanging around, and have a good one.